Hello there my fellow Volatile Heroes, and welcome to another video where I'll talk about a little bit more about the Relic Data. Now, we had some updated videos over the last couple of days from content creators that are part of the testing program, giving us a little bit more details, because CG made some adjustments, but you've probably seen it already. Those adjustments were minor at best, so not really looking too promising right now, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how this will happen. So in this video I really want to discuss why I think Relic Delta is not the right solution, period, no matter how they adjust the figures. Now, before we actually go into that, we need to try to understand why Relic Delta in the first place. Now, CG, they never really mention why they're doing this, so all of the things that I'll mention in the videos are based on my own assumption, experience, and some speculation, so keep that in mind. Now, first things first, I think Relic 9 has been out for 4 years now? Something like that, so we are kind of overdue for a progression system. Like it or not, new progression systems are just a part of the keeping game like this alive, because obviously it keeps keeps you, for one, motivated to keep leveling up your units more and more and more, and as well obviously bring extra income for CG to keep the game running. So in terms of progression, has been quite stale, our game, so we've been way overdue. However, Relic Delta is not really, I think, the best solution to address this. Now, another thing why I think they are trying to do this, because if we look at the new marquee structure since ever they launched, do we have any marquees live? Let's see, we do have, yeah. We have this whole thing. If you get a unit to 4 stars, you can go to next tier, right? You earn more shards, blueprints. You can go on the next tier. So what this basically allows end game, even free-to-play players, like in Kyber 1, such as myself, to basically hoard the crystals. The event drops, you spend a little bit of crystals to unlock the next tier. You can, get more shards, maybe unlock another tier. And then obviously we had the era battles as well, giving you more shards for free that you earn. That's why I think for the pirates, they delayed the era battles, because they didn't want free-to-play players to easily get to 7 stars if they hoarded crystals. At least that's, again, my own speculation. So basically the new marquee format in combination with era battles kind of pretty much almost, I guess, close the gap between spenders and, just very efficient hoarders in the end game. So if you just look at quick math in terms of the crystal income from a Kyber 1 player, these are all roughs. I didn't want to spend time calculating exactly, but just to give you, basically give you an idea of, how much you actually earn per day. So basically, just being in Kyber 1, you earn 260 crystals a day. Then what we get, about, I don't know exactly, but about 150, maybe 200 crystals right from the daily challenges we complete every day. If you're number 1 in fleet, you earn 400 crystals a day. So that's 800 crystals per day in your bank. And then maybe you do some refreshes. So let's take 300 energy away per day. So you're left with 500 energy per day, which is about 15k of crystals per month. If you're doing even less refreshes than 300, then you could even hoard a lot more crystals. Then on top as well, let's say you win 5 matches, you lose 4, so maybe get 4k from wins, 1k from losses. These are all rough calculations, I don't want to make it too complicated. And then as well per week, maybe you get 4 times 500, that's another 2k. And then the end of season, you get about another 2k. So from Grand Arena, then you get about 9, maybe 10k a month crystals. Then we have 2 territory battles. Again, if you are in a guild, if you're in Kyber 1, you most likely will be in a guild that's earning good rewards. So let's see, for example, where my own guild is at, we are, I think, about 45 stars. So that's another 1,300 crystals a day. So let's say 2k a month from territory battles. So you're looking at 26k crystals, but probably there are some other events that you can earn some extra crystals. Do we even get something from those from the web store, right? What is it? Castle Run, we get some crystals from there. Then depends on how much you spend, obviously, on data crowns in Conquest, but you know, you're looking probably anywhere between 20 to 30k a month in crystals as like an end game free-to-play Kyber 1 player. And at 1 or maybe 2 marquees a month, you basically have 15k of crystals to spend on a unit per month, which I think is enough to get them, you know, to at least 6 stars, if not more. Then once they hit weekly shipments, you can even get more, right? I'm not exactly entirely familiar with what's the most efficient way to get this done, because I'm not doing it myself. But you can quite quickly see, you know, why they wanted to delay our battles a bit. Because if you're just hoarding, right, crystals for marquee units, you can more or less keep up with spenders. Maybe not get 7-star day 1, but maybe within a month or so, which is still, you know, very, very good compared that you don't spend any money. And because there's, let's face it, aside from requirements, there's really no incentive to really take units beyond Relic 5. And then this then allows you now to be, you know, you're all caught up, you're just hoarding and getting those marquee units without any problems. So I think what CG is trying to do here is kind of create a separation between spenders and free-to-play players, which absolutely nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, you know, we do need people spending so this game can keep going on for many years, so we can all enjoy it no matter where we are on the spending spectrum in this game. So in order to kind of, you know, create separation, a little bit bigger separation again between free-to-play and spenders, we have to introduce some sort of system that will drain the crystals away from us. So we'll have to make a decision. Do we invest the crystals that we earn into this new progression system, or do we keep hoarding and getting marquee units? And I think this is where the whole Relic Delta comes in as a kind of a new progression system. However, why I think the Relic Delta is not the right solution is because it's not really a progression system. Because what progression system should be doing, right? Whatever it is that you apply to the unit, it should boost the stats of that unit. It should now suddenly like nerf entire roster from your opponent. Let's say you have a Relic 9 and your opponent has none. Suddenly, because you upgraded your unit to Relic 9, their entire roster got nerfed. That's not a progression system. It doesn't feel like progression system as mentioned, it just feels like a huge nerf. That's why I think it's the wrong approach for this. Now, why they are not introducing this progression system, but this Relic Delta feels more like a rebalance of the game. Now, rebalance again, you know, rebalance of the games have their place as well. However, with the latest update of the Relic Data, CG provided us with some data. They did say only 3% of attacks in battles in Grand Arena over the last 30 days had Relic disadvantage, which means that in about only 3% of the battles, people are at a disadvantage. If that's the case, there is no need for rebalancing of the game, because the game is balanced. If there's only 3% margin, that's literally negligible, right? But again, personally my own opinion with very limited information, so I'm quite possibly completely wrong about everything I said in this video, but again, without, you know, more clarity and explanation of CG exactly why they're doing this, it's all, you can all just have our own assumptions, right? Our own speculations based on our personal experience. So basically, that's why I feel that the Relic Delta is the wrong solution. Although it's hard to say wrong solution because CG didn't even say again what the problem they're trying to solve. So I don't know. So I just think the whole Relic Delta should just be replaced, not scrapped, just replaced by a proper progression system. Now you could say, hey, give us Relic 10, right? The issue with Relic 10 is that there are limitations with what I can do with Relic 10, because relics are kind of limited by the stats, right, of the mastery and things like that. So if a unit doesn't have like damage or something in their mastery, then there is only so much Relic 10 could bring. Like even with Relic 9 you saw complication already, right? Oh, with a tank we give them more boost, with other guys we don't give light boost. But again, not all tanks are created equal, so I think there again, I don't think they would create enough separation with Relic 10 and 9 to really stimulate spending. Same thing for mods, right? They face the same issue as they do with relics. There is certain predefined stats that these mods have, so unless they would try to again do something else, but again, different units benefits from different stats, again, might not be able to, you know, give us a significant boost that we would want. Even giving extra speed, like 100 speed to units, with the introduction of Datacrons, you don't really check speeds anymore. Like, since Datacrons, I never check speeds in Grand Arena anymore. I just go in, they go first, I go first, you know, we know how things go in battle. They introduced also lots of anti-turn meter in different squads, so you don't have to worry about turn meters much and speeds and things like that. So even if I don't think speed, just giving extra speed in its own right would help all that much with, you know, giving you some extra benefit to really invest that. So I think we should really be getting some like totally new progression system that we don't have yet. So let me give you a couple of ideas. So let me give you a couple of examples from King Arthur Legends Rise. Now this by no means is an amazing game. I still feel like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes as a game is way better than this one. However, they do have very deep progression system, both for relics, equipment and everything. So definitely there are a couple of things that, you know, we could borrow from here. Now there are obviously other games that got their own progression systems and stuff as well, but I'm not familiar with them because it's the only other game I kind of been playing around with recently. So if you look at relics, there is something called here engraving. Basically, I don't want to explain the entire progression system, but aside from leveling relic up, they recently introduced engraving that allows you to boost like specific stats. So on top of, you know, your existing mastery, they could target some things that are not a part of the mastery. This requires, as you can see, its own materials and everything. So again, they could introduce new materials, could be very costly, right? And I'm sure spenders would spend to gain advantage. Whereas us free to play would have to kind of decide what to do. And obviously, if you do want to stimulate people to push for Relic 9, this could only unlock with Relic 9. Would not have to obviously be available below, or another progression system as well. They could be a part, like, you know, you've got your standard, it's called equipment, but essentially these are mods. And then you've got 3 additional slots that are actually not standard equipment that only unlock again at a certain level. So we could get like additional slots. Either the relic itself could have like 3 slots to boost certain stats, or we could just have more slots for some special gear, which again would unlock only at Relic 9, right? And then this its own could have their own stats, whatever you want to do with it, right? So you're not kind of tied and locked to the existing mod system, to the existing relic system. It gives you flexibility to do a lot more. Heck, if you want to be crazy, for example, in this game also relics themselves have their own abilities as well. So you could even at Relic 9 unlock special ability for these relics. So those were just a couple of quick examples, like, you know, what kind of progression system they could introduce, or, you know, there's probably, you guys will have much better idea than me, just something I kind of quickly, just by playing another game, could see how they could improve this, just to break free from the existing model of, you know, relic boosts and mod boosts. And, you know, so again, I doubt anyone from CG is watching, but I do not think Relic Delta is the solution for the problem that they are trying to solve. Unless they explain us what the problem is, then we might go like, do you know what? Relic Delta actually is the right solution. But without them explaining exactly outright, we can just assume it's, you know, again, creating that separation between spenders and free to play, just by making Relic 9 more meaningful investment than currently is. But again, instead of this feeling like a nerf, instead give, you know, Relic 9 units some new boosts that Relic 8 and below can't get. I think that would land a lot better with the community, at least in my own opinion. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Just, you know, hang in there. We'll get through this together. We have still no idea how the final result of this whole Relic Data testing will look like. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.